Castorol is a film podcast filled with dubious opinions, plot spoilers, and a healthy sprinkling of bad language. Thanks for listening.
Take a much loved movie and stir in a different cast. Add a hint of nonsense for a flavor that will last. Garnish it with fun, film facts, it's food for the soul. It's a tasty, yummy, silly, funny movie casserole. Casserole.
Hello and welcome to Castorol. My name is Jim, and each episode myself and my two co-hosts Sam and Nick review one of cinema's much loved or unloved films with the aim of also serving you up a delicious recasting. And don't forget you can follow Castorol over on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Good Pods, or wherever it is that you get your podcast from. And of course, if you like what you hear and you want to be part of our journey, head on over to buymeacoffee.com/castorolpod, or just simply click the link in the description or go to our pinned tweet over on X. As I said, my name is Jim. I am your nice flaky cod for the evening. Joining me on this delicious fish supper, he is the perfectly cooked chunky chip. It is Sam.
Hello. That's nice, isn't it? I thought we were all going to be fishy, but...
And rounding off this fish supper, he is the sloppy portion of mushy peas. It's Nick.
Do you know what? I really like mushy peas.
Do you?
And no one fucking else that I know.
Oh, I love them. They're so underrated.
Oh, so good.
I don't know how anybody has managed to, sell snot.
I couldn't have, a fish lot without a bit of snot.
I agree. You have to have the mushy peas with the fish.
So good. Yeah. Do you ever try and make them yourself?
No.
I've never,
Yeah,
obviously...
I put peas in my mouth, I chew, and I spit it back on the plate.
It's not the same, is it? There's some kind of alchemy involved.
And then you just spit them back out on the plate.
I don't know what they do. I think it's a different kind of pea. It's like big... whatever you call it.
Big peas.
Big peas.
They're not a petit pois.
And obviously the mushing process, I don't understand at all. But
I'm like, don't pee on my plate.
yeah, well, thank you.
Oh, yeah, good, thanks,
Appreciate
intro.
that.
Yeah.
Well, come on, wasn't it?
Fish and chips.
Proud of
And
that one.
just to go back to what you said, definitely do, if you can spare, just a small bit of change or something. It's all building towards potentially...
A cup of coffee.
Right, one day.
One day.
Maybe even another
parched.
microphone. Maybe even t-shirts with Jim's face on.
Yeah,
People have been asking, they want to know what Jim looks like.
And the
They're very
slogan will be
curious.
like, what is that? And we'll be like, Jim, it's science. It's like a Frankenstein's monster.
So basically, if you want a t-shirt with me in a lab coat with the quotation of "It's science,"
It's science. Yeah, imagine him sort
get
of...
your fucking donations in.
Imagine him sort of dressed as your stereotypical Einstein with the big hair.
I mean, surely it's me, my face superimposed over Neil Patrick Harris on the Dr. Horrible sing-along.
Oh, quite possibly.
Exactly.
Because that's basically what he's wearing, a lab coat with some big rubber gloves,
Yeah.
Exactly, perfect.
Pens stuffed into the
Lots of
vest
pens,
pocket.
yeah. Microscope somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want that, get your donations in. Come on. Anyway, how have we been, gentlemen?
Good. Yeah, good.
Really good.
Yeah. How's our week's been? Mine's been busy as fuck.
Was it? What have you been up to?
Oh, loads, mate. My bank holiday weekend's quite hectic. I've seen lots of films.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of films this past week.
I've only watched 1.5 films.
Okay, interesting.
I won't say now. I'll wait till we get to the...
Okay.
What have you been watching?
I've watched half a film.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Together, we watched 2 films.
Yeah. Well,
So have you watched the film that we're doing tonight?
I've watched 1.5 films.
This is going to be an interesting review when you've not watched the film.
I just sort of wig it. Just sort of got the
gist,
I
from
get
the
the
poster, really.
Yeah. No, I obviously watched the film we're reviewing tonight, but I finished watching Bullet Train. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I really like Bullet Train. It is the perfect mix of style, substance, heart, humour, good cameos, great acting, interesting script. It's like 2 hours 6, but it flies by, Jim.
What, like a bullet train?
Fucking flies by like a bullet train, yeah.
Like the breeze.
Breeze is. It's like a bullet train of a film. There's no Thomas the
fat?
Tank Engine in it.
There's no fat.
No, it's not. It's a very good film. I recommend.
I will add it to my list.
Yeah.
Just watch sometime.
Yeah. And then I've been doing series with the family. Oh, I've actually watched another film which was came out on Netflix recently, which was Gru or Minions: Rise of Gru, which
So
is
you watched
like,
2.5 films then?
So I've
You've
watched-
gone from half a film to 2.5 films.
yeah. I'm
Before
like,
we stop talking, it's going to be 5 films.
yeah, I feel like I've watched more.
All I've been doing is watching films.
Yeah, just films and films. Yeah, but it was fun.
Nice.
Nick?
So, a couple of things happened to me. One is I watched half a film.
No.
I'm very much looking forward to finishing it. Well, I watched 1.5 film, but the film that I watched, which is half a film, that is not the film that we're discussing today, is another horror film. You'd be surprised to hear. Another Australian horror film, actually, sort of small studio, fairly indie film called You Will Never Find Me, and continuing my run off the back of Lighthouse of 2-person cast. This was also a 2-person cast. Incredibly tense, like amazing tension building, and it's one of those like throughout the whole film trying to figure out like what there's obviously a conceit here, there's a twist about to unravel, so I'm sort of enjoying that. Try not to like second guess myself. I think with a lot of those films I'm always like, oh, I can guess what it is, but I really want to just be like, no, just enjoy.
Turns out it's just a hide and seek film.
Yeah.
You never find me.
It was a dream. Oh, it was
You will
actually a
never
dream.
find me. 1, 2, 3.
And then you give up at the end. Could it
Nice.
come out?
I did get a recommendation on a film, which I haven't seen yet, but new listener to the show recommended Duel, which is like an old film. It's one of like Spielberg's first films.
Really?
So it's-
D-U-E-L?
Yeah, as in like a duel, like a
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
And it came out in like 79 or something like that. And basically it's very small cast, and it's about a guy that's like, you know, on a long, you know, journey across, well, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm guessing like America or somewhere like that. And articulated lorry is just following him, and like, you know, stops at a station, like tells people what's going on and stuff, but like he's constantly getting followed.
Just tension building.
Yeah, it's tension kind of horror thing.
Oh, I'm all for that.
You ever-
sounds right.
I mean, you'd be shocked to know I've never heard of that film.
Well, I'm shocked, but you are a big lorry driver. So
Have you ever followed someone?
have you ever followed someone
I don't know what.
inappropriately?
I mean, I don't know what you're trying to imply there, you two, but no, I've not.
Well, I mean, you may have done it inadvertently.
I mean,
there might have been someone in front of you that was shitting themselves.
They might have been, you're right, but
Maybe that film is like some kind of reverse time biography.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg knew Jim and went back in time. That's science.
he's
was a warning.
taken the camera footage from my truck.
Yeah. God, is there a camera inside your truck looking at you?
2.
Oh my God.
What? Does it even get like, you know, the times when you have to sit on like the truck toilet?
The non-existent truck toilet.
Is there not a truck toilet?
What are you
Why
thinking
can't we
about
have a toilet on the
this?
truck?
Is there a truck bed?
I thought you had
Not in mine,
some
no.
kind of setup.
Mine's not
where
that size.
If you
There's no setup. He just shits. He just shits on the passenger seat.
I'm just driving down the motorway, window down, hang my ass out, and just hope for the
The
best.
traditional trucker way.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, on the subject of which, so the other thing that happened to me this past week.
How is this a segue?
How is me
It's
hanging my
actually
ass?
perfect-
How
perfect
is
segue.
hanging my ass out a window and having a poo a segue into what's happened to you?
You know that they
Were you
say,
the one driving behind me when I pooed earlier on?
yeah, straight into the windscreen. You know they say that dreams carry hidden meanings,
Yeah.
things like that, and they're metaphors for stuff going on in your life. Well, I'm starting to wonder if I'm in some kind of waking dream, and there's a pattern displayed in front of me time and time again, poop-related pattern. There's a lot of poop that happens in my life, right? Young kids, they're just constantly pooping. Got an elderly cat, she's shitting all the time. But just past couple of days, literally the past 2 days, I've been confronted in my day-to-day life with giant poos, right, that were not of my own doing, no relation to me, right? One was in work, in like the only gents cubicle that's in the upstairs toilet, right? We've all been there, right? You go into a cubicle, someone's dropped a giant deuce. You're immediately conflicted with that decision of, do you cut and run now, get out of there, right? Do you get in and try and deal with that, right? I just needed a wee, but there's always that risk, isn't there? What if it starts flooding, if it flushes the toilet?
That's
and
true.
also, right, this is the worst part, what you don't want to happen is you do use the toilet, you flush the flush, you wash your hands, you come out, someone's waiting. Someone's
And
waiting
they
to go
think it's
in.
been you.
And you have that moment where you go, do I just duck head, get out of there? Or do I go, oh, it wasn't me, mate? And every time they're going to be like, that fucking was you, isn't it?
That's what. See, I've got this right. You walk in.
Why are you not just using a urinal if you need a wee?
There's no
No urinals.
It's just a-
they've all
it's
got
just a
they've all
cubicle
got
in the
massive
office.
shits in. All the urinals full of shits.
can't use them anymore.
Yeah, use them.
They're just blocked up.
So-
Same thing happened again. That's twice in a row. Today,
Twice?
I was out working. I was doing some photography in a park. Went to use the public toilet.
Hang on.
For an event. I wasn't just photographing people in a park.
Come on,
randomly. Promise. Went to use the public toilet. Another massive deuce in there.
I mean, you've
Wait
got to
for it.
expect a massive douche in a public toilet.
That's the
that's
first
on
time
you
I
for
can
using-
remember.
I've actually just remembered an amazing public
That you
toilet
did-
story.
you did find-
Yeah, I went to the toilet and left a massive douche.
I'm so glad we're having this chat conversation before I'm telling you about my week, because that's phenomenal.
Well,
I love how this is coming. I love how this chat is more important than what I've done for the past week. But okay,
Me and my son actually got trapped in a public park toilet and they had to call the fire brigade.
this is very true.
And they were.
I was there.
I was out with Jim.
I was there. I had a message from my message from his ever so worried wife, who was not worried at all, demanding a photograph when the fireman turned up. Unfortunately,
did you pull your trousers up before they opened the door?
Unfortunately, the fireman did not turn up, and he managed to escape. So
They managed to kick the cafe owner's proprietor managed to kick it down again, but there was like a full gang.
it was a good 40 minutes. He was wedged in there.
That's impressive.
Mental. But you know what? No giant deuce.
My public lavatory story is actually hilarious and also could be a film. Like it sounds like a plot from a film.
Save it till later.
Basically,
Get it back round. I like it.
Me and my family
get
were
back
out.
to films.
my family and I were out for like a day trip, and we were driving, and we were sort of in the middle of like bumtown nowhere, southwest England, country roads. Found like this little town, and it's just like, as close to like middle of nowhere America,
But in the southwest.
but in the southwest of England. Found this like
played a banjo.
yeah, right. Found this like
Did the sign say "Welcome to Bumtown, population 10"?
yeah, like there was one like gas station, petrol station, all like run down, and the kids really needed the toilet, right? Really needed the toilet. So we parked up, and Liz went into like the little place to get like some drinks or whatever, and I took the kids into like the one toilet, which was just awful, like terrible. Anyway, the kids did their thing.
Not been clean since 1984.
Yeah, the kids did their thing. I put them back in the car, went to have a wee myself. As I was weeing, started reading all the graffiti on the walls, and one of them, right by it, said, "For free sex, be here 11 o'clock on Saturdays." And I looked at my watch, and I realised it was Saturday at 10:55.
You're like, hang on 5 minutes.
And Liz like came around the corner and knocked on the door. I was like, "I need to go now," and I was like, "Be fucking quick," because in 5 minutes
Please tell me you stuck around for 5 minutes to see if someone's shown up.
we didn't. We did our business. We got in and we left.
I mean, surely part of you wanted to stick around and be like,
We should have stayed and looked.
I reckon
That's it.
just as you pulled off, someone came round and went, "Oh."
Yeah,
all excited. Just popped in the shop, pack of fresh condoms, and walked up.
it was. Do you know? But like realization, like my eyes did a proper like, "Oh, it's 10:55." So yeah, that was it was all right.
Well,
What about you, Jim?
To get back on track here, back to what we're here for, films, discussing our weeks.
Well, we still haven't done your week yet.
We still haven't done my week. It was quite
Any urinal instance?
15 minutes of just solid pooch.
you're sorry, but no, there are no toilet-related stories at my end, I'm afraid.
Shame.
We did tell me in the car he was worried he might shit himself.
Yeah, I might shit myself. I've got a bit of a nicky belly, so if the podcast recording suddenly ends and you hear me running off and doors slamming and
We aren't recording at my house anymore.
and then tears from a distant room, it's because I am about to shit myself. But no, I think I'll be alright. But so yeah, quite a busy week. I've watched 4 films.
Are you including watching this one twice?
No.
Okay.
So 6 films.
I've watched 4 films. So the one we watched tonight, 3 others, and I've been to the theatre.
Oh.
Ooh, la-di-da. Hamilton, was it?
It was Hamilton on
Hamilton.
Monday evening, yes. Very good, very, very good show. Other than that, I have went to the cinema on Saturday with my son to watch If.
Oh yeah, we're going to go and see that soon.
It's not the film I thought it was.
No.
It is not the funny, family-friendly film. It is really heavy.
Really?
Really, really heavy.
Oh,
like
good.
it's got lots of like kids dealing with death and it's heavy.
All right, maybe I won't take it.
It's not the light-hearted film you think you're going into. I thought I was going into this really nice kids comedy, dealing with imaginary friends and some wacky goings on with Ryan Reynolds and Blue and no. It's heavy as fuck.
Wow.
It is still a family film, don't get me wrong, but there's some very, very heavy moments in it.
Yeah, my kids will be asking too many questions on that. So.
And obviously, so it's quite a heavy one. So if you're going into watching that, be prepared for some questions.
Maybe watch Garfield.
Slightly less emotional clout.
Yeah.
A lot more lasagna too.
Who doesn't love lasagna? And then other than that, the two other films I've watched are actually from a series of films because I was browsing good old Netflix and reminded myself that there is a new sequel to a film 30 years in the making called Axel F coming out soon, and it dawned on me I have never watched Beverly Hills Cop. So I've watched Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2.
Have you?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I really enjoyed them. You could. There's one of them I was watching it. You can definitely see where Rush Hour got a lot of influence from.
Yeah.
Specifically like Chris Tucker, you can tell he took a lot from Eddie Murphy's character to bring into his character.
Right, yeah.
Just like, and also like the buddy cop mentality between him and the other, the name blanking on me, but you can see this film obviously influenced a lot of like the buddy cop films
Chevy
going
Chase,
on.
It's definitely not Chevy Chase, is it?
It's not Chevy Chase. No, I can't. I was thinking more of the character's name. It's not.
It's got a funny name.
But I really enjoyed them because I was looking, I think, do we really need a fourth film?
Reinhold.
30 years after the last, installation of it, and I think I'll make that judgment when I watch number 3, and then we'll definitely be watching Axel F because I've enjoyed these two so far. So yeah, this week we're not going to be recasting this one. We're just going to be reviewing this one, and by reviewing, that probably means we're going to be shouting at each other. Yeah. That's generally what happens. But so yeah, as we've all alluded to, we have all watched 2024's Atlas.
Why did we do this? There was something here about
I think it was like
Rebel Moon.
Last week I said I was looking forward to it because I think it looked class.
So we immediately were like,
we have to watch
shit on that then.
Yeah. But then I put out that it's been reviewed worse than Rebel Moon. So Sam was like, well, we got to do it. Yeah. We absolutely have to jump on it.
Can't be possible.
It's not. Turns out, it's not possible.
No. I mean, anyway, so Atlas, as we say, is a 2024 sci-fi action-adventure starring Jennifer Lopez, a brilliant but misanthropic data analyst with a deep distrust of... What are you doing?
Doing Jenny from the Blocks.
Yeah, she's back.
She's back. She's just Jenny from the Blocks.
She used to have a little, now she's got a mech.
Yeah. But while I'm doing the synopsis?
While you're doing this, it needs a background check.
Okay.
Synopsis again.
We'll edit over...
Yeah, well, I'll just hang on. Just have a bit here. I'll just loop it. It's fine. Go.
I mean, I feel you got this tune really wrong there, but
she won't know.
She won't know. She's not listening.
We'll auto tune.
Look, nothing new to her then. Anyway, Atlas is a 2024 sci-fi adventure on Netflix, starring Jennifer Lopez, who plays the title character Atlas Shepard, a brilliant but misanthropic data analyst with a deep distrust of artificial intelligence. She joins a mission to the far-off planet of GR39 to capture a renegade robot by the name of Harlan, with whom she shares a mysterious past. But when things go awry, her only hope of saving the future of humanity from AI is to trust it.
I thought that this was like a comeback type thing, but she's basically been in a film or two for the past 20 years.
Not only does she make sure she's the title character, but let's make sure the film is called the name of her title character.
Yeah. I mean, this is the Jennifer
That is what
show.
title character means.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think this needs to be called Atlas.
I mean, Atlas is a cool name for a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
course it is.
Didn't also need to be the name of the protagonist, arguably. But, you know, it is. We all have to live with that.
I'd rather that than Shepherd.
Yeah.
What didn't need to be called? It didn't need to be called the name of the.
What would you call it then?
Could it be called fucking anything?
Do you think they got Shepard from, what's the name of the Mass Effect?
Probably.
Shepard, isn't it?
Shepherd.
They were like, what's the cool name? Right, take that.
Shepherd, yeah.
What else do people like? What else do nerds like? Giant robots.
Yeah.
Take that. AI. That's
Jennifer
it, everyone's
Lopez.
worried
Nerds
about
love
AI.
Jennifer
This
Lopez.
is the writing room now.
Yeah.
This is the pitch room. What
Right.
else did nerds...
Jennifer
did people
Lopez
say?
has said we need to do a film where she's in it most of the time and she doesn't want to be upstaged by anyone, but she needs to talk to people.
She's
So
got to be able to interact with something.
yeah,
Unfortunately, she is upstaged quite massively in this film
by Smith.
by a fucking AI that you don't see on. Well, you don't see a face to.
So let's go maybe...
The
to
most
plot a little
interesting
more then.
character
Yeah.
in this
Let's-
film
let's-
is the
Might not have
AI.
seen it.
Let's explain what happens in the film. You want to do that? Or should we do that?
I mean, I'm probably
You've
not the
seen it
best.
twice.
I mean, I guess so.
all right, hang on. Let me give my memory of it then. right?
How about we all just give our brief opinions on it?
Well,
Let's explain the film.
Let's explain the film.
I think that was in the synopsis, was it?
I don't think it was at all. I don't think you got any of it.
Let's go into a bit more.
Their synopsis is so basically actually kind of a cool premise, right? So what happens is in the future, there's AI, and the robots have got the classic, you know, Asimov's 3 laws. You know, the first one is
The iRobot stuff.
The iRobot. Well, it came around a long time before iRobot, but yeah. So the first rule is obviously don't harm humans, and then suddenly this one robot decides, fuck that, I'm going to harm humans.
By hacking all the
And
other
then he
AIs.
hacks all the other AIs and ends up killing like millions of humans.
And then fucks off the planet.
Yeah, and he becomes, which I think is kind of cool, an AI terrorist. Which actually I think that's kind of a cool
So
idea.
it is a cool premise.
It's a cool premise.
It is a cool premise.
So he does some stuff, and then like the humans start fighting back, and he starts losing. So he goes off planet to like, I don't know, build up his forces or come up with a plan to wipe out humanity. Right. So he's gone. And this robot is Atlas Shepard's like mum's helper droid.
Well, no,
helper
I
robot.
think she invented him.
I don't think she invents AI though, does she?
No, but,
No, but I think
on that
but
she
particular one.
was working on
but
that
she's-
specific one.
Yeah, she's
She
working on
invented
this thing
the
called
neural
the
link
neural
thing.
link.
Links an AI to a
Exactly.
human mind to create a new thing.
Yeah, or links a human mind to an AI mind. That's key.
Yeah.
It's only human to AI at that point,
Oh yeah,
right?
He's
But then
switched
he
it.
switched it. He flipped that.
Wow, and what does that do? Oh, then
Well,
he can.
then
He means he can then control
Yeah.
a human.
Right.
Exactly.
But obviously we don't learn until later on in the film why.
Yeah, spoilers.
Oh yeah, so it's safe to say, if you have any intention of watching this film, heavy spoilers for this film.
Yeah. Jennifer
Yeah, easy,
Lopez
you've got it
is
covered.
called Atlas Shepard.
Yeah.
Anyway, he leaves the planet, and then 28 years go by. Now, the reason we're laughing is because Jennifer Lopez's character, when he leaves the planet, is 10/12 years old.
11, something like that,
Right.
yeah.
Which, if 28 years goes by, that means
right.
that
she's meant to be like late 30s.
She might be our age.
she's meant to be like 38.
Definitely looks better than we do.
She does,
And
but there's no way Jennifer Lopez
And
is
she's
38.
she's mid-50s.
Right. I don't know why, because also it would have like they do the classic thing where 30 years goes by and like technology has leapt so much
Massive, huge amount.
that you're like, why did you do that? Why didn't
But
you
do we
just
know
say it
what
was
year
like,
it's even taking place to begin with? Like before the time,
It's definitely
does
in
it
the
say
future, obviously.
what year they're in?
I don't remember it does.
It's a funny old mix. They present this Los Angeles. It looks more like a kind of futuristic Singapore or something. Right? We've got like flying cars. It's good to see the flying cars. Sort of minority.
Someone saw Blade Runner?
Stuff going in. Yeah, exactly. Like so, we've got the flying cars. We've got all the cars on the big like magnetic motorway and stuff. We've got loads of robots and AI and things like that. And yet, jumping a little bit, there's also like this amazing network around the planet.
Yeah,
And clearly there's like interstellar space travel as well.
yeah.
That's touched on, but like led by the AIs.
But that's what I think's weird. We've kind of jumped straight into what was weird, but like the robot 28 years ago just launches off the planet and kind of boom, hyperspace to a planet that can support life.
yeah.
But that we haven't.
Well, you
been
say
to
it can
before.
support life. When they are on this mission, they specifically state you can't go out there without a respirator.
I didn't say human life.
But is AI life?
Oh, it got plants. It's got animals.
Yeah, but that's obviously plants have adapted to that.
I just said it supports life.
Anyway, going back to just the premise of the film,
Yeah,
right? He goes to that planet.
He goes to the planet.
They call the military, which is Mark Strong's character. He's like the colonel or whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
Atlas, we need you on the mission.
I love Mark Strong.
Yeah.
He's strong. I think he carries a lot of this.
He does.
as well.
He's too good for this film.
He's all right. He's having a good time.
Getting paid.
He brings Shepard in, or Shepard forces himself to join the mission, which is the mission to go. Like they discover. Wait, right. They capture this AI guy, Casca, who's a baddie.
Yeah.
She gets brought in to interrogate him and hack him.
To learn the
Finds out-
location of Harlan.
Yeah.
Finds out where Harlan is, the AI terrorist. There's a mission to go and get him. She's like, I'm joining that mission. I'm the only one that knows Harlan so well. For some reason, they just send one. There's one ship to go and get the biggest threat the humanity has ever faced. There's one ship with these big giant robots.
Well, I'm guessing this ship is actually quite big, since it does also contain a shit ton of mechs.
Yeah.
So you're led to believe this is quite a big ship.
Yeah,
but I mean-
but representing the entire planet, because they've obviously at this stage to battle the AI terrorist threat, all nations have united into the ICN or something. So that's the entire planet's response to this. Send the ship, big robots. She's like, you're doing the wrong thing. The other guy who, what's his character's name? Elias.
Elias, yeah.
Who's like
He's the gen-
manager.
He's the head of the
Major.
head of the squad.
Basically, the ship gets attacked in orbit, all the mechs get fucked up, and it's down to Atlas to save the day. She's just left she ends up in this one mech, and the mech has like an AI persona who's called Smith. And basically, from there on in, the rest of the premise is that it's just a very sort of sweaty Jennifer Lopez inside this mech, and she's got to interact with the mech AI personality. She's very anti-mech and tech because of what.
Well, she's
happened with Harlan
anti
and Mum.
AI because of what we learn later on in the film.
But specifically, she's anti this like Halo link.
Yeah.
Because that's how like these people are so good in their mechs. Also, if you're thinking mechs, it's exactly the mechs from Avatar.
It's exactly the mechs from the video game Titanfall.
It's exactly the mechs from the video
Or
game
like Armored
Titanfall,
Core,
or anything, all that stuff.
Think cool
But-
mechs with guns.
Yeah, basically the way they can like make these robots work so well is because they've got this link, but she doesn't want to do the link, and so the whole film is this mech isn't very good because they don't sync, and it's like there's even a thing which is kind of like a joke about like erectile dysfunction, about I've never been able to not perform before, it must be your fault. Like fucking seriously. And so like this whole film is like her learning to trust this AI so they can fully sync, so they can do all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
The Harlan, the robot, has Elias hostage and gets like information, and basically he's like taken the ship, like as it's like falling out of atmosphere, he like takes the ship. It's got loads of bombs on it, rockets, so he's gonna use the codes to fly it back through this protective shell on Earth and like destroy
the
life
atmosphere.
on Earth. Yeah. And then like repopulate it with AI, because it's the classic thing of like, I don't want to harm humans, but in
then
order
you
to protect
destroy
humans,
yourself.
I need to kill humans because you destroy yourself.
Because I've seen what you guys I
Exactly.
see what you do, and you're not worthy of the life that you lead. That
Old
kind of thing,
trope
innit?
done in a new way. Anyway, she manages to spoilers. She manages to save the day. She stops the ship. She comes back home, becomes like a ranger, which is like this soldier. Invents a new mech. Hoorah.
Based off of a mocked up design she managed to do in the field.
Yeah, basically that looks good. I'll add a couple of arms.
With that all said, what are your opinions of the film? Now, I put in the chat, my guess is that one of you, not naming any names, but you definitely rhyme with Rick, was going to have nothing good to say about this film, and I'm fairly certain had PTSD when the slow-mo came in on this
My
film.
reputation is
And the other one, the other person, definitely not Sam, was going to be on the fence, but I think you're probably more negative than I think.
Who's going first?
I'm going to go first.
Oh, okay.
Because he's wrong. I actually really liked it.
Did you know?
I did like it. I thought the reason I liked it is because it didn't, although it's cheesy in places, and although, let's face it, if we were going to recast it, Jennifer Lopez isn't awful or anything.
Oh, she is.
But in this, yeah, but I'm saying she's not an awful actress. She's been good in certain things, and I think, not to be mean to her, but if she kind of stayed in her lane with kind of the rom-coms and sort of, those kind of films, it's fine. But for this, she doesn't quite have the chops to basically do like a one-woman show. And I think if you replaced her with like a really interesting actress, this film would be pretty good. It's got a lot of good premises. It's got pretty good sort of CGI. It's got some interesting sort of bad guys. I do feel like Harlan, the AI terrorist, played by, can't remember his name, but the guy that was in 10 Rings, the Marvel film.
Yeah.
He's really good, really interesting, and we needed more from him.
Definitely needed more of him.
But I really liked it, and like I said, it didn't fall in as foul of like a lot of the stuff that I didn't like in Scargiver and Rebel Moon, where things were just like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, they never set that up. Like, why have they like said that but not paid it off? Like, they do things, and although it's like tropey, they were like, in the first 5 minutes of her being in the mech suit, she's like, quick, show me like all the weapons you got, and he like said all the weapons he's got, including one they don't know about. And then later on, they take all the weapons apart from the one they don't know about, and they use that to escape. It's they set up and they pay off, and it's a B movie. It's not great. Jennifer Lopez isn't great. Everyone else is pretty great in it. I really liked it.
Oh. Go on, Nick. Surprise me.
You want to go?
Yeah, surprise me. Go on.
Oh, man.
Well, there we go. That's a good start.
I had a pretty good time with this.
Yeah! Wow! God!
Do you know what? I don't know if it was coming off the back of Rebel Moon trauma.
Yeah.
But it felt really good to watch a good, bad sci-fi film.
Yeah.
And I think it was so simple. Like, there's fucking loads of glaring plot holes in this around the technology and all that kind of thing. Didn't bother me. Didn't mind. I could see past that. I was trying to think, like, why is this not aggravating me in the same way that so much like Rebel Moon did? Both fucking films. And I think it's just because there's some pretty good writing going on here. Like, it's cheesy. I do think some of the CGIs, there's some moments where it's just bad. But there's also some moments that were really good. Like when the mechs are falling through the sky, like that battle was
That's a really cool scene, yeah. Really, really cool.
It gives you enough of like the tech. You get to nerd out over like, oh, look at all the cool weapons the mechs have got. And like, you get enough of that. And actually, I think I would disagree around Jennifer Lopez's performance. I think she's a little bit of a powerhouse in this. I think she carries a lot of this.
I mean, no.
I do think so.
You could be further
Jenny
from the mark. I'm sorry.
Credit.
You could not be further from the mark on that one.
Do you know
she's awful?
She's so bad.
But
She is awful.
I didn't want to be the guy on the fence, but she's not so bad. She's not unbelievable. She's not phoning it in.
Oh, she does not come across as a believable lead action sci-fi actress.
She's
not in the slightest. When she's in the mech, her facials are so hammy and over the top. They're fucking awful. She is atrocious. Anyone else in this film, like you said, it'd be a lot better. She's not the one. She's awful.
Do you know what?
So bad.
I think you could put someone like, dare I say, Emily Blunt into this film, right?
Emily Blunt
got a different level. I know. Come on. But genuinely, I think she's pretty
like
good.
an Emilia Clarke.
Right, there you go. But I do think she is all in on this. Like she is committed to this performance.
Well, she has to. She's put a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
She's the producer. She's one of the producers, so of course she's got to be committed.
She's phoning it in.
She's not phoning it in.
She is committed. Yeah, I don't necessarily buy her as like the data analyst and all that kind of thing. But she's needing to try and portray.
I buy her more as a data analyst than I do this mech warrior.
I think she's okay. Again, let me preface all of this with saying it's a good bad sci-fi film. Right? I'm not suddenly saying like this is up there with the best, but it's corny, it's cheesy. The reason this is enjoyable, firstly, there is a story arc.
Oh yeah.
There is a written story. There's a huge amount of character development.
Yeah.
There's more character development in the first 10, 15 minutes of this film than there is in the entirety of both Rebel Moon films. Genuinely. And I think what the difference, I was suddenly like, fuck, that's obviously what it is that this film, the main character is fallible. She's got so many. She's got humanity. Like she has. I like it's not sold in the best way. It's not written in the best way. But like
And you see it coming a mile off.
yeah,
But at least there's like there's something dark in her past. Oh, that's what it was.
But she also does stupid stuff. Like there's moments of comedy. There's the little meal on the lollipop meal that gets presented to her.
And that's paid off at the end.
Yeah, there's like ridiculous stuff in the mech where like for her broken leg, like a claw comes out. It's like I was like, what else is going to come out of this mech now? But I wasn't angry in the same way that I was angry at Rebel Moon for throwing stupid shit at me. Because I was like, but that's okay because not everyone is not every character takes themselves so fucking seriously as every single Rebel Moon character. The characters in this film laugh. Jennifer Lopez laughs at herself. There are lots of jokes in this film. There's humour in this film.
Yeah, but none of them come from J-Lo. They're from the Mech.
They do.
They're all the Mech.
Yeah, but she's riffing with it. There's all the stuff about the coffees. There's all the stuff about... She says a number of stuff towards the Mech where it's like little in-jokes and she's sort of... She's, you know, there's a bit of a duel going on between them. Like,
And let's face it, like, the Mech wouldn't be anything if she didn't believably react to it. Let's at least give her the credit of she's acting against a blue screen and a voice off camera. And she does it right.
I think it's okay.
Right.
I think it's
She
okay.
does. I think she's awful.
But do you not feel like though? I
Well, hang
appreciate
on.
it.
Let's hear what he says.
Oh, okay.
Go on then.
Well,
Go
I
on,
didn't
Richard.
think I was going to be the low guy on this film.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not so much the film itself, it's J-Lo. She's fucking atrocious. She does not belong in this type of role.
Wait, first of all, just so we know where we're at, better or worse than Scargiver?
As a whole,
Yeah.
it's better.
Right, okay.
What about the performance compared to... Is it Sophia Boutella?
She's worse.
J-Lo is.
Yeah, awful. She's absolutely atrocious.
Do you not feel that everyone takes themselves far too seriously?
J-Lo takes herself so seriously in this. She does. Every scene where she's acting serious, she's got this gruff face like, fuck off, man, what are you doing? You're not believable as this character.
I thought it was very believable that she had a broken leg.
I'll tell you what, fucking believable.
And
that
that pain.
teeny little cut on her forehead when she lands on the fucking planet after thrusters going off at 200 feet and she smashes her fucking head off a console. Love, you're dead.
I do have to say, do you know what that mech could have done?
You are not surviving that fall.
Airbag.
Airbags.
She's just getting knocked around like a fucking rag doll in that
To be
thing.
fair, she's supposed to be strapped in, and she's not.
I mean, so she should be dead. She should have died in this.
Yeah.
She had the biggest plot armor I've ever seen in a film, and I fucking hate plot armor.
You hate plot armor?
Yes,
But you like Scargiver and Rebel Moon?
because they're excellent films
But
anyway.
they're worse than this.
Stop it.
to a degree.
Right.
Hang on, what?
No, carry
no.
on. And what I want to hear at the end of this is the gym star rating of this.
The gym star rating.
Yeah.
So that being no higher than a 4.5.
Because bear in mind,
Scargiver
Scargiver was what, 3.5? 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.5.
3.5.
Okay, continue.
So yeah, she should be dead. She should have died on impact on this planet.
Given, yeah, true.
You know, that's the film ended there. The film would have been better had they not killed off all the mechs. Had all these arc suits not been blown up in one, it'd have been a much better film if they had, say, a little squadron of like 6 of them.
Almost
land
like a
on the film.
ragtag band of
Yeah.
stereotypes.
To be fair,
you could say.
That would have been a
fair.
better film if they had at least maybe 5 or 6 of them to go up against the AI, and then slowly but surely they could have get taken off.
Yeah,
There could have
I
been
did-
like the ragged general one. There could have been the samurai one.
Well, no, he could still be captured.
There could have been the Irish.
He could have still been.
brigands
He could have
one.
still got captured like he did, and then the mission is rescue the general before evacuation.
To be honest, when I saw that scene where she like goes in and talks to them before the mission, which is a blatant rip-off of Aliens,
Big time.
like, but done badly.
Yeah.
But like when I saw that, I thought, okay, so they're gonna be like cocky. They think they know what they're doing. They're gonna go in, and in the first big battle, most of them are gonna get killed. There's gonna be like 2 or 3 left, and one's gonna be like, "Game over, man, game over." And I thought, oh, that's going to be quite interesting. And they didn't do that, and they did kill them off all a bit too quickly. I do think you're right there. I think if they'd had a couple of mech suits, and
Just,
they,
then they could have drawn on the fact that J-Lo is awful,
yeah,
and they could have helped take some of this load of acting
yeah,
by giving her some more to riff off, rather than just constantly having to go shots of just her face on a screen overacting, because she is overacting every time she's in this screen. And like you do, I mean, it's like this like pitch was just doing like that with her fucking head. It's like, what are you? God, fuck off, man. And by that, when I'm saying to the listeners, me doing that, I'm shaking my head side to side really, really fast because that's what she did to insinuate running.
It's interesting that I think I felt in a position like because it was cheesy, and it kind of knew it was cheesy, I could forgive all of that.
Yeah.
Whereas to go again back to Rebel Moon, because all the characters take themselves so seriously the way they're written, I couldn't forgive all the other shit going on because there was zero levity throughout that entire film. Yeah. Whereas this one, there is a daft. It's just daft. It's a daft, good, bad.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I've suspended my disbelief on a lot of it. I just don't buy J-Lo at all in this role.
But the thing is,
none of what she does, and she's just the dumbest cunt. Like, she literally comes up with a line that comes and says, "Oh no, I think we've been spotted." No shit, love. You're in their base.
Yeah, that was silly. To be
You're
fair.
in their fucking base.
Getting a bit closer.
And it cut, and she was like right.
She's like there.
Oh no, I think
like stood on a guy's head.
So, oh no, I think we've been spotted. Yeah, well done. You're basically in the perimeter. You stupid cunt.
Do you know, I laughed with joy at that bit, at the whole silliness of it, rather than laughing with fury.
Yeah.
Like that was the difference.
And then there's the bit when she finally gets captured and he goes into her head. Now, with the general, he went in her eye. There was no fucking damage to her eye when he did it to her.
Yeah, his was like...
he's come out like, oh, fucking look, she had 12 rounds of Rocky. She comes out, all she's got is just still this little cut from her forehead still.
When that's about to happen as well, to Elias, when he's pinned down and Harlan is basically going to interrogate him by this little, like, razor wire coming out of his finger, and he extracts the information... I felt bad for the actor because his eye was like pinned. The eyelid was pinned.
That made me feel so uncomfortable.
I was like, he must have did that for real. That fucking sucked.
That made me feel so uncomfortable.
Jennifer Lopez.
She was like, yeah. So she's like,
no, we can do all that off screen.
I'm not calls her J-Lo. The writer's like, we want to do this. She was like, fuck right.
No, I'm just going to do some really bad acting off screen and be like, I think she's awful. She is by far the worst part of the film.
See, it's very difficult because I don't disagree with what you're saying. She's the weakest of the cast, but the cast overall is better. So but
it's not a huge cast.
I still think she's better than anyone in Rebel Moon and Scargiver.
100% agreed.
Like she's got tenfold more material to work with. Yeah,
as well.
she is doing it with levity. Like, she doesn't take herself too seriously. And, like, to give her props, at the end, when she's upset that the mech AI is dying, you are like, yeah, that's quite sad. Like, she is the one making you feel for it. This not real CGI thing dying.
Yeah, I can give her props for those kind of scenes, but when she's trying to be big bad action hero, no, because she's not believable.
But is she playing it like a normal, not action person having to do these action things? Like her running, she's not used to running in a big mech suit. Why they make it actually difficult for you to walk in a mech suit?
Like a neural brain-to-brain link. You don't need to be stood in the big metal
It's hard because she doesn't connect.
Okay.
Which I've also questioned, did they even at any point say you can't do anything until you connect?
No, they just said you won't be very effective. They did say you can, like, because she said, oh yeah, I know about arc suits, and then they were like, yeah, but these arc suits are better because we're connected. So she's just having to pilot a suit like you normally have to pilot these suits. It's just these ones have the ability.
Yeah, the way you word that there, though, suggests to me that you have to be connected to pilot this suit.
No, because they've said these suits exist normally in the world everywhere, being piloted.
But these are better because you have to be linked.
Well, they're better when you're linked.
I'm not sure.
Do you know what's blowing my mind about this one?
I'll argue it.
Well, yeah, because this is almost like the flip reverse, right, from Rebel Moon. In Rebel Moon, you were willing to forgive and ignore so many loopholes and things that didn't make any sense.
I'm willing to forgive and ignore all of it on here.
Yeah,
because I enjoyed my time with the film. Okay. I can't forgive J-Lo.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like I said, like, all right, maybe I am Mr. Fence guy in this as well, because I didn't think she was the worst thing ever, but Ripley, she was not.
Ripley, she was not. She did grow for me, though. I think at the beginning, her initial scenes with Mark Strong, I was feeling bad for both of them. I was like, you're fucking dying here, the pair of you. But the more she had time, the more her character was established with the Mech.
Oh.
That was the best parts of the film for me, was the banter.
Yeah.
She's massively
Smith.
overshadowed by a Mech.
Also,
By an AI voice.
Can I just say, 100%, she said it had to be called Planty Wanty. What the fuck?
Oh,
just
Planty.
Planty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Planty, yeah.
Whatever. That fucking shit.
What was that?
That was a writer in a room somewhere going, do you remember that whole Boaty McBoatface thing? People, that was funny, wasn't it? People found that funny.
Planty.
It definitely was. It definitely was. Wasn't it? So, what should we just get her to call it? I don't know. Planty.
Yeah. Like, she had the chance to, like, I don't know,
To name a species of
mother's
plant.
name.
Yeah.
Or, like...
Something meaningful.
Like, this is the point where, like, I think they missed a trick because they'd set up so much that she wasn't a warrior, that she was, like, a brainiac, that was, like, an analyst and all this stuff. Why, in that moment, did she not show that she knew how to experience this new world, that actually she was the best person to be seeing this stuff?
I think she should have jokingly, backhandedly gone, call it Smithy.
Yeah.
In your honour as a joke, and then the Mech be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, that's official now, and she'd be like, no, wait, take that back. Yes, it's too late. Smithy.
Oh.
Look at that field of Smithies over there.
A Smithy sniffy. Yeah, but I mean, there we are. You see, it is weird. I did think. Do you think that you may have not enjoyed this as much because we thought you would enjoy it? If you know what I'm saying.
Who said I didn't enjoy it as much?
Well, you don't seem to have loved it.
I really enjoyed this film.
Oh.
I just did not enjoy anything with Jennifer Lopez.
And as Jennifer Lopez is in 99%.
Yeah, which I know seems very backhanded and weird, me just there, but I enjoyed it, just not her performance.
Yeah,
I just don't think she's believable at all. Anything around the Mechs and all that, it was great. The AI was great. I thought, Harlan having all these little gizmos in him, cool. But I just think I'd wanted more. I wanted more of the arc suits.
Do you know what's funny about this film, actually? I think if they had anyone else who arguably we might say was a stronger lead actor in the role of Atlas, we might say it's a poor film all round and it's a shame, like, they've let themselves stoop. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a good film for them.
No, I think...
I'm almost like, that's alright, a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I think a stronger actor will elevate the film.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. A better actor in that role elevates this film. And you won't be, and I don't think you would be sat there calling it a bad film, a good bad film. I think you would be sat there calling it a good film.
It's
because
fine,
I think a good
reviews.
actor would elevate the lines they've been given and elevate the performance, or would have more of a awareness about them to go, that's fucking stupid. I'm not saying that.
I think she was pretty good.
Yeah. I think a good actor, a better actor, a stronger actor elevates this film to a good film, not a good bad film.
So, I'm desperate to know, what is your star rating on this film?
Are we out of 5 still? We're 5.
I think we should stick to 5. Off the bat,
sticking to 5.
we know that Jim never gives 5s.
Right,
So
yeah.
he's basically doing it out of 4.
And Scar.
Were we not last week? Was my last one not out of 10?
Ah, fuck it, out of 5.
The 5-star rating, which I definitely won't go to because I don't believe in a 5-star film.
Yeah. A 4 is a 5 for you. You've established
No, a 4.5 is a 5 for me.
4 I'll go up to 4.9. No higher. Nothing gets a 5.
I don't. Nothing will ever get a 5.
Okay. What does this get then?
Lord of the Rings gets 5.
Stop it.
No, I'd be willing to bet I find a flaw in that.
You won't.
Oh well. Still 3.5.
It's the same
So the
as,
same as
God, I
Star
give
gave
it. A film I gave. What did you give it?
I gave it 2 stars.
I gave it 0.
You gave it 0. I do think within a 5-star rating.
Hang on, 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 1 away from the highest rating you can possibly.
But no,
give.
because he's got.
That's no.
He's got 4.5.
Is
Oh
the
yeah,
highest.
so
It's
1
away
yeah.
from the highest rating he would ever
So it's a
possibly
4.
give. Basically a 4-star.
Yeah,
film.
it's 4 stars.
Yeah.
I would like to change my 2 stars Because if we're doing half stars,
Alright.
then I'm gonna give it 1 star. just because retcon, because when you think about it, 5 stars is not much. Like, it's not very granular, is it? And if I'm saying like the best ever films, which I would give a 5-star film to.
Well, it depends on what if you're doing it numerically. You go 10 out of 10. 3.5, 3.5 stars is 7 out of 10.
Right, yeah.
You just double it, don't you?
But no, it doesn't work like that.
Of course it does.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't, because you don't have as much room to manoeuvre. Whereas, like, if I said, like, okay, I think Scargiver is, like, out of 10, 2 stars, I'm going to give this, like, maybe 3 stars. When you, like, put that down, you're then getting into weird points of a star. So I'm going to give Scargiver 1 star, and I'm going to give this 2.5 stars.
Okay.
There we go. Because the reason I say that is because I need to change my Scargiver review, because if I gave Scargiver 2 and I gave this 2.5, whereas this is like so much fucking better than Scargiver, it doesn't work. So Scargiver's 1, Atlas 2.5.
So, sticking with my rating, the reason it's the same as Scargiver, massively because of J-Lo, and 2, I wanted more arcs. I wanted more arc suits. I wanted more around them. They didn't give it to me. They just killed them all off in seconds. Fucking pointless of them. So, done, gone. You've just lost all that rating from me, because I then know, well, this film is just J-Lo and nothing but.
Just a 3.5.
Just a 3.5 out of 4.
Because of everything else surrounding J-Lo.
What I love...
Just 1 star away from my highest possible rating.
What I love is, even though in the first, like, 10 minutes of this film, you lost all those arcs, there were still so many more arcs than in Scargiver.
Character arcs.
Character arcs.
Yeah, nice.
Boom. Right, Nick, how many stars would you give it? Out of 5.
Okay, well, just to touch on Scargiver, I'd still give that 0 stars out of 5 and 0 fucking stars out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
Just to be abundantly clear. I think this is 100% more of a film with.
But that's still 0.
You've shot yourself in the foot there, Nick.
Look, I don't think. I'm not quite sure who this film is for. That's maybe something we haven't spoken about. I'm not entirely sure who this film is marketed to. Like, there's like the nerdy people that will like the Mechs. It's an action film, but there's kind of maybe a protagonist there who's, you know, this middle-aged woman who's possibly I don't know who's meant to relate to that person. Is it like data analysts?
Absolutely no one.
Is it like
absolutely no one?
J-Lo?
Absolutely no one is meant to relate to her because she's so unrelatable.
I thought, you know, it's not ever a film I would have chosen. Had we not been reviewing this, I don't think I'd have seen the trailer and been like, that's on the list. I did.
Whereas I did, because I saw the trailer and I was like, that looks class.
Okay, fair enough.
So gyms are who this film is appealing to.
Having watched it, and again, I was probably once again viewing it through the lens of how bad can this be, off the back of Scargiver. I thought it was a good bit of bad, good, cheesy fun. Yeah, 2.5 stars, maybe 2, probably 2, 2.5. 2, yeah, fuck it.
2.5, boom.
Yeah,
Positive Pete over here.
yeah, right.
Okay, so that's 3.5 from me, 2.5 from each of you.
Yeah.
So before we round this up, let's just have a quick go around. Favourite thing, least favourite thing. Let's start with Sam.
Okay, favourite thing for me was the idea of, like, AI terrorists. I think that was a really cool premise, in the fact that, you know, because normally in these films what you've got is, like, the AI is everywhere, it's in everyone's homes, we rely on it so much, so, you know, they take over and we immediately become like the underground guerrilla fighters that need to, like, take back. But in this, they were like, oh yeah, like, one AI, like, changed his programming and maybe manages to take over, you know, 1,000, 2,000, a couple of thousand. But the world's military is, like, millions strong, so they're gonna win. So I quite like the fact that these AIs had to kind of almost be terrorists and kind of, you know, do bombings and things rather than just, you know, march into people's homes. So I quite like that.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Least favourite thing is tough. I do think my least... I do think my least favourite thing is not J-Lo. I think my least favourite thing is the missed opportunities to have just a few more characters to be developed, because Mark Strong is good in this, and the guy that plays Marshall Elias, he's in like This Is Us.
Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, I've recast him in some stuff before. He's really good. I like him, but they don't have much screen time, and I think you kind of saw in that room of like ARC pilots. There was like the albino one, and there was kind of like
they made it really good. Here's some
one,
characters here.
Yeah, there was that like
they did make quite a point of showing these people.
Exactly.
These are people you're going to meet, and then
maybe
that
It was like the older wolf-like eye.
And maybe that was intentional, because it was a bit of a curveball then when they were just all dead. But I do think they missed a chance to have a little bit of sort of Hicks, Hudson, Vasquez from Aliens kind of thing. Like a few survivors that you get to love, and then when they're picked off, there's more kind of tear-jerky moments.
Yeah.
So I think my least favourite thing is missed opportunities to have a bit more of like a ragtag group of mech people.
Cool. Yeah. I'd agree with that.
What about you, Nick?
I mean, there's I'm going to forgive the fact that like there's so much in this film that doesn't make sense. Like a lot of the premise doesn't make sense. The tech doesn't make sense. A lot of the plot is very ridiculous. But again, I was like, yeah, I'm along for the ride. I'm right next to you, Jennifer.
She's just one of us. She's just Jenny from the block.
She's one of us, right?
One of us.
Yeah. I mean, even
I
stuff
can't think
was
of a
like,
single other Jennifer Lopez song.
if he's like an AI that's taken over all other AIs or something, or he's like got all the AIs, I was like, why? It was interesting that they're all the AIs seem to be confined to an AI body. Like in most other sci-fi, once they take over, like they're in the mainframe. Do you know what I mean?
Did they actually ever explain how there's more than one Casca?
No, which is a weird plot.
Because there was at least 3.
Yeah.
I just assumed that like he was like a template droid. You know what I mean? That mass production for a certain utility task or whatever.
Which they could have got around by then, like showing in some like footage on Earth, like all Harlan models have been destroyed because people find them unnerving, or something like that.
Or like Casca's like every bus driver.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Because obviously when Harlan immediately gets turned, Casca's in the room and grabs Atlas.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever explain why Casca was there.
Oh yeah, she did say he was my like servitor robot or something.
Oh, okay.
She does say
he
like,
did have a purpose of being in that room, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, because in the flashback, isn't he in the background as well?
Yeah.
Okay, he's everywhere. He's all over it. But actually, yes. So I'm gonna go with.
This is your favourite thing, right?
No.
Are we still on your least favourite thing?
I'll start again. My least favourite and favourite things both relate to Shepard and J-Lo's character and performance. So my favourite thing, I liked all the mechs, right? All the tech was cool. It was very on the core. I thought the mech with 4 arms was a bit much at that point. I was like, not needed. And the whole upgrade thing was like, we're going to do some upgrades. And there were sounds of like, like drilling on the arm stuff. Anyway, sorry, I digress once again. My favourite thing, mainly just to spite Jim, is J-Lo's performance. I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed it, right?
You're a silly bastard.
And you're sitting there wanting me to take you seriously for your opinions on things like Rebel Moon, and you turn around and say, "Yep, J-Lo's performance was great."
I thought she was a powerhouse.
Oh no! Honestly, how am I meant to take your opinions on films seriously when you go and poo-poo one film, which is really good, and then you go, "Yeah, but J-Lo's amazing."
Oh, come on!
And she's not.
Come off it. Right, but the thing that I didn't buy about her character, right, if that a bit too much, was this whole coffee quad Americano thing, right? She's got to have a quad Americano. First of all, I was like, who's drinking fucking quad Americanos?
Maybe that's a future thing.
I had 2 flat whites today, and I felt like I was having heart palpitations. No one's out there drinking multiple quad Americanos. Maybe the character, I believe it now, she really is like late 30s. But she's been drinking quad Americanos for the past.
Yeah, but the
years.
AI specifically only lets her have 1 a day.
Oh yeah,
it does mention that she's had her 1 a day.
Oh okay.
And she tries to override it. It's like no
more quad Americanos for you. You've had 4 coffees, love in 1. No more for you. So that was my least favourite one.
Okay, Jim.
Well, I mean, it's going to come as no surprise what my least favourite thing is in this film, and that is J-Lo.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Atrocious. Does not belong in that role at all. She's not strong enough or believable to carry a film on her own talking to a green screen. She's just not. If she was just the data analyst back on the planet helping Mark Strong's character, I'd buy that a lot more. If she was there in a
Sort of a Halle Berry.
Almost like a
Halle Berry would be that.
If she was like in a satellite position away from the battlefield, overseeing it all, I believe that.
Analysing data.
Or just helping the arc pilots from a room. Being able to see it all on the screen and be like, analyse it as it's going.
To be fair,
I'd buy that more. And use that AI to help analyse it.
That is what she was supposed to be doing, but then the ship got hit and she had to be put in a suit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, it's aliens, isn't it? Like,
she's meant to
Ripley
look like
was
a fish out
supposed
of
to.
water.
Ripley was supposed to just be there as an advisor, but then all hell breaks loose, so she has to learn how to use a smart gun. Like,
That's badass.
oh, she's fucking badass. Oh, Sigourney Weaver. Right. So yeah.
So her overall performance, rubbish.
Can I just say very quickly, I would pay very good money, even for just 5 or 10 minutes of Jim in a mech suit conversing with the AI mech.
Yeah. Or Jim being the AI. And J-Lo's like, hey Jim, what are you going to do? It's like, fuck off, Jim.
The only one available.
Can I let you do that?
persona you can choose.
Can I let you do that? Because I would love to be in a mech suit. I'd love to do it. Okay. So you wouldn't even have to pay good money. I'd do it for free.
What's your favourite thing?
My favourite part of the film was the AI, and specifically Smith. I think every scene he was in, was voiced. He stole every scene he was in.
Good,
they were in
voice,
with
J-Lo.
I think
Gregory James Cohen.
I think he carried every scene, every interaction with J-Lo.
On his link.
So no.
Every interaction I had with J-Lo, I think he carried.
Yeah.
And he made her performance bearable, despite her being so atrocious.
I just want to do one thing. I want to change my least favourite thing about the film. My least favourite thing is not enough grain. There's enough grain in this film.
And you know what? You mentioned about this whole... You mentioned it a couple of times, slow-mo. I don't remember any slow-mo.
I don't remember any slow-mo.
Because it wasn't jarred into my face.
I do remember that
throughout a third of the film.
4 or 5 times the mech suit slid along its belly and J-Lo was kind of like, ah! Like,
face planting.
The sparks aren't hitting you. You are protected. You're fine.
Yeah. See? Atrocious.
Yeah, but you know, when you got that neural linking, feels weird.
So there it is. That's it. That's our review of...
That is our review of Atlas. Right. So, so we're going to do something a little bit different in the podcast this week. We've been having a little think on how some of these films kind of get past the pitch and stage. And I think, specifically Sam and Nick, I think the inspiration behind it is probably the likes of Rebel Moon and Scargiver, as to how things like that get okayed and made.
Yeah, greenlit.
How the fuck?
So we're going to do a little 1 minute pitch each on a specific genre and setting, which is to be decided by a spin of a wheel, which we are going to do live now on the pod. So first I'm going to spin for the...
Hang on,
I think it's also because we're very conscious that we're like kind of, especially doing these review episodes.
Of course, yeah, we're judging. We are putting ourselves out there and judging these films, having these opinions.
We're judge, jury, and execution.
So it's only fair that we get judged on our own pitches, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
Bitches.
I'm fucking riding high after my Pokemon pitch.
Well, your Pokemon pitch was good, although if you bring fucking Vince Vaughn into this, I will end you.
You know, I wasn't thinking about it.
As long as you're conscious, you have a minute, Nick.
No other restrictions apart from that?
No other restrictions.
Just 1 minute, the 1 minute pitch. I don't know what this segment will end up getting called, but for now it's the 1 minute pitch.
I like it.
So, the genre, gentlemen.
Oh, we are spinning a wheel to decide this
We are
round.
indeed. This week's genre, fantasy.
Oh, yay! Okay.
And we have, the setting, where the fuck is it? There we go. The setting, we are going to have... I'm sure you can edit a little thing.
I'm keeping that.
Post-apocalyptic.
Oh,
Post-apocalyptic fantasy.
Post-apocalyptic fantasy.
And we shall go clockwise, starting with...
Oh,
Right, are you ready?
Oh, that came so close to being me then. I did not want to be the first one up.
Right, so
So a post-apocalyptic
just to give Nick a
fantasy
little
film.
bit of time to think, because it's not fair, because the
Yeah.
rest of us will have like 1
So
minute.
how are we defining fantasy? That's a very broad
I think it
description,
needs
isn't
to be
it?
like high fantasy. I think we'll just define it as high fantasy.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Fantasy can be what you want it to
A post-apocalyptic high
Don't you be forcing any
fantasy.
fucking Tolkien.
It needs
high
to
fantasy
be
over it.
elves, dwarves.
A high fantasy post-apocalyptic film.
High fantasy post-apocalyptic. I mean, that's great. I mean, technically, Lord of the Rings takes place after
A massive war.
an apocalyptic event.
Are you trying to pitch Lord of the Rings again?
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
All right. Look, if this goes over a minute, give me a little bit of leeway.
I'll give you a little bit. You'll
Once
hear the
Alright,
timer go
you
off.
can-
from-
you
Once
can-
I'm riffing, guys, all right?
You can have
Oh,
90.
turn it off.
You can have a maximum of 90 seconds.
What, you said minutes?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure for you, you'd love that.
Right.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Okay, are you ready for me to begin said timer?
I'm ready.
All right, ready?
Okay.
Go.
All right. In a post-apocalyptic... In a post-apocalyptic fantasy world, two elves,
Two elves.
brothers,
Brothers.
two elf brothers, played by Daniel Radcliffe and Mickey Rourke,
Fucking hell.
right?
That's a fucking weird family.
Two brothers in this post-apocalyptic world, right? And it's all very depressing. But
As most post-apocalyptic worlds usually
they
are.
make their living travelling the taverns, and they travel taverns doing talent shows at the taverns, right? Specifically, their act is doing an absolutely spot-on rendition of like old jingles from adverts that they remember from the time before. Okay? Now I'm gonna get what the fuck? No, all right, I'm going. Carrying on, right? I'm getting
Right.
more. This can't be called the 1 minute pitch.
That's the timer, guys.
You don't understand. You don't understand brief, do you?
You want more, don't you?
Oh, a little bit more.
I mean, not
I've
really.
got you there.
I'm not gonna lie. You've not sold me on it so
Right?
far.
I've got you. Following the tragic death of their mother, the mother elf from the family,
Yeah.
played by Martin McCutcheon.
Martin McCutcheon.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
This
They
is
have-
definitely never getting made, Nick. Also,
they've got no choice but to branch out on their own. Eventually, brushing up against arch nemesis in the sort of fantasy post-apocalyptic tavern talent show ring, which is the duo of Benedict Cumberbatch and Michael Fassbender,
Wow.
who do an absolutely fucking rip-roaring, spoon-bending show.
Yeah.
That's like all building up. Like there's loads of montages where they're doing their advert jingle show through the taverns. All builds up to the final battle, right? And like everyone from the post-apocalyptic fantasy setting, right?
you want the post-apocalyptic.
You've got fucking dwarfs and the other things. There's some orcs and goblins, right? Come into
Every generic trope of a
only the
fantasy
biggest
land.
tavern in the land to watch the final of this show. And in a nail-biting finale, Mickey Rourke sacrifices himself, but then his ghost and the ghost of Martin McCutcheon show up to spur on Daniel Radcliffe to finish the talent show. He wins. He wins the heart of like the love interest. I've not had time to factor into this yet. Loads of applause, and they get rid of the baddies and they win. And the credits roll. It's a great film.
Suddenly, I think Scargiver seems alright.
There we go.
I mean, you lost it the second you said, yeah, Martin McCutcheon said no one ever.
I think one of your problems
popped in.
there. I think one of your problems there is within a minute you've tried to cast this thing.
Yeah, maybe that's
which is
Maybe that's right.
You've also said the words post-apocalyptic a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You could have saved a lot of time by not
Forgive me,
saying the
that
word
was the-
post-apocalyptic.
That was the setting. Just wanted
lot.
to drive that home.
Okay, so I'm gonna get ready with my pitch now.
How long did I take then?
You took about 2
Five.
minutes.
It's a good 5
you
minutes.
get 1
easy.
minute, all right?
Right. Okay. Ready?
Go.
Go. Right. In my world, which is high fantasy, takes place on a world and the entire world is run by magic, okay? So think kind of steampunk-esque, but it's magic that's running this. Magic's running the lights, everything like this. You know, you've got like trams and things, kind of technology. This like big wizard, maybe he's like the king of the wizards or whatever, he's like responsible for magic. He tries a spell that's too much for him and he blows up, he detonates. It basically detonates all of the magic that's used. So all this technology no longer works. While that happens, it also destabilizes the core of this planet. So the planet's very kind of tumultuous and kind of tectonic plates moving. This means that then the citizens of the planet take to having sort of moving cities on the backs of large turtles. They've got these like moving cities, and they're very much, you've got, that was a minute right there, but you've got like, you know, you can have these different cities, and you know, you might have these elven cities with lots of waterfalls off the back of these turtles and beautiful things. You've got dwarven cities who've armoured up their turtles and things, and it could be different animals, but they're these large animals that
you might have to do different animals just because Discworld might have something to say about it.
Yeah. It's turtles all the way down, right?
I mean, he's dead, he's fine.
Tortoises, yeah. And so there are these large animals, so they've taken to have to moving, okay. But what happens is on one of these moving cities, you have your protagonist, who is a young lady who started, and what happens is there's a spark of magic in her, and it's the first time it's come back to this world in 100 years. And you've got elements of sort of children of men in there, where it's the first time they've magic, so she's got to move away from the authorities because they want to capture her and use them for her nefarious needs. And she's got to move between these moving cities, and you see all these different cultures, and eventually she has to escape to try and fan the flames of her magic and bring it back in a way that will help all and not be used for, you know, the few. That's my bit.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
So it's drawing on like Mortal Engines a little bit.
I picked that up.
It's drawing on Mortal Engines. It's drawing on, you know, Children of Men. It's drawing on, you know, Lord of the Rings fantasy elements. But I just think the idea of these like structures on the back of these large animals having to move every time the planet starts to destabilize, and you know, like huge fissures opening up and geysers and things.
I like it.
It could be visually quite interesting.
I like it, and no doubt Michael Caine would.
Yeah.
Plays one of the turtles.
You've got to give us that magic. It is for the best use of this turtle. This turtle needs your magic.
It would have to be a tortoise, wouldn't it?
No, fucking
if they're walking across.
Terrapin.
Okay.
Some of them would be sea animals. I don't know why I'm still doing it. Some of them would be in the sea, some of them on the land. Some of them could go between both.
I mean, I can only assume that between the two of us so far, there's multiple studios already emailing in.
Out of the two of you, they're picking Sam's.
What would be really interesting, actually, sorry I know I've gone over it, but what if you had ones, you know, obviously like ones that go on the land and the water and stuff, and they kind of adapted. What if the cities that were on the back
We're not taking to the skies as well?
Well, yes, some are in the skies.
Come on,
but
fuck off Golden Eagle.
But listen to this, right? What if the one city was on the back of like a lizard, and because it could like climb up things, the whole city was on an axis, and it would rock.
Kind of like the unspillable cups that you get.
Like the unspillable city.
I like it.
Right, Jim. Sorry, Jim.
Out of interest, how long did you go?
I reckon I went about 2 minutes.
1 minute, that was.
1 minute and a bit. 1 minute and a bit.
I think you went longer than that. Anyway. I'm kind of annoyed.
What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to do a stopwatch instead.
And see how long it is.
To see how long it is. Okay. I'll let you know when it's a minute.
Okay.
Ready?
Hang on.
You've had the most prep here.
Yeah.
So we're expecting big things.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
Steady.
And dare I say, inspiration from two, honestly, fantastic pitches.
Yeah. Go!
Okay! Fuck, you took that me like bollocks to you! Right, so my pitch. 150 years ago, a war waged between a royal family and a tribe of magic users. This war raged on for 150 years. What?
No, you go.
You look very confused then. What?
Trying to do maths.
Is this the setting for your D&D camp?
I am basically just reading my D&D lore, yes.
Okay. Carry on.
It is up in my... In fact, shall I just read it verbatim?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I'll start again. I'll try and get into a minute, Solid. 150 years ago, the continent of Lero was consumed by war, a war that was waged between non-magic users led by the Fair Isles, Lero's royal family, and the magic users known only as the Beyonders. War waged on for 75 years, with generations of Fair Isles overseeing the conflict. 70 years into the conflict, the head of the Fair Isle army, Prince Sebastian Fair Isle, was kidnapped and believed dead. Upon hearing this, the king, Alistair Fair Isle IV, rallied his troops. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to keep going.
You got to keep going. Slow down a bit, though.
I was trying to fit into a minute.
Yeah, but you didn't, so slow down.
All right, fuck off. And led a march on the Beyonders, slaughtering thousands and taking their leader captive. With their leader in chains, slowly the ranks of Beyonders began to surrender, effectively ending this war. Yet there was no sign of his son. Intrigue. Intrigue. So yeah, that's the main concept here. But then, so with the world perceived magicless, with the Beyonders defeated, there are still glimmers of magic left. So out of nowhere, a band of heroes arose. They could be whatever races you want. They could be dwarves, elves, humans, lizards.
Did they meet in a dungeon?
They might have done.
Tavern.
Who knows where they met? But they were set upon a task of defeat, of once and for all taking down the Fair Isles, who have become,
Less fair.
less fair. They're awful. They're corrupt. But why are they corrupt? Ooh, nobody knows. Is there something more sinister at work? Ooh, find out. I don't know.
Next week's episode. That was 2 minutes 13. Well done.
And dear listeners, if you thought you had Jim pinned down, once again,
Another facet to his life.
he throws us another curveball for us to enjoy.
Another curveball.
Chucks in another spice into the pot.
Turns out, not actually that easy.
1 minute. What the fuck were you thinking?
Who suggested a minute?
I think I mean this could be quite fun though. I mean this was our first one. We've loosened up a bit now. I think next time we do it, but it could be anything. It could be like a rom-com in space. It could be
A
Put
minute.
that as a setting. I feel like I've really opened up my creative boundaries now. I mean, anything could happen from here.
anything could happen. But I think our point is that between all of us, we have come up with something better than Rebel Moon and Scargiver.
Well, hang on. You were on record as saying that Rebel Moon didn't seem so bad now after you heard Nick's pitch.
I think you can pitch.
So
Rebel
you
Moon.
can't say he came up with better.
You can give the pitch to Rebel Moon, maybe not to Scargiver, right? Because no one wants to pitch this focus mainly about grain in a farm for the whole running time. It's meant to be the end of the first film, right?
The pitch is a piece of piss. 7 samurai in space.
But the pitch in and of itself isn't bad, is it?
Yeah, the pitch
Well, the pitch
yeah,
wasn't
we
Seven
could
Samurai in
make-
Space. The pitch was Star Wars.
well,
His pitch was this is my Star Wars film.
Yeah, but it
that
is
is not going to be connected to the main canon at all. I just want to do a Star Wars film.
it is 7 Samurai Magnificent 7 in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. But that pitch is fine, it's good. It's the delivery of all the rest.
I know, magnificent, right?
Come on, admit it. You all secretly want to see my film, right?
I'm intrigued by your film.
Yeah.
The animals that is on the very Mortal Engines,
Yeah.
But
Mortal Engines was a bit of a letdown.
if you had to say it in a single sentence, if the studio was like, we haven't got time, give it to us one sentence, would you go Mortal Engines but with turtles?
Yeah. Turtle Engines. I'd be like
Kaiju controlled cities.
Lord of the Rings
Ooh, okay,
meets
yeah.
the travelling community. Lord of the Rings on caravans.
With your pitch, would the city carrying kaiju, would they battle?
Yeah.
The actual cities.
Yeah.
And everyone's rolling around like Jago.
They've got this is all like you've got like lockdown procedures, and they've got like group harnesses that they all strap into.
They've got
That's
all the
sexy.
soldiers on like turrets. And
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly.
part
You've
of
got
the
like
city.
turrets firing at each other, and you've got some cities that come together and connect and trade and
So
stuff.
what's your line?
No, I'm not saying this. No, I was talking about would the animals that are carrying, would they?
Yeah, they would fight as well, but the cities would also be fighting. So you've got like
But
catapults.
Netflix, get in touch.
This sounds good, right?
We will put our collective heads together, and we will fine tune that pitch.
Yeah, we've already cast.
You can pay
Daniel
us.
Radcliffe and
We
Mickey
have
Rourke.
no,
that's not mine.
No, we haven't.
Oh.
We've definitely cast Michael Caine, but we will fine tune this pitch between the three of us. You can pay us, I don't know, $500 million, and you can have the film.
I reckon if you went in and just went, turtle engines. I reckon the studio exec would be like, give you a glance. You were like, oh, I'm obviously going to get kicked out. And then he'd go, or she'd go, or they'd go,
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
let's do lunch.
Hello, this is Netflix. Your project's been greenlit. I think, but that would be awesome. Like, and you can imagine like the spark of this magic. But they're like, you know, it would make that city too powerful if suddenly they've got like a magic cannon that can kill another city from miles away and stuff. That's pretty much Mortal Engines.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it better.
It could be a sequel, a reboot. A reboot. That's probably going to get a reboot, isn't it?
Yeah. Immortal Engines.
Turtle engine.
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant
Ninja Cities, Teenage Mutant Ninja Cities, living on a half shell. City power.
But that's now implying you're only living on turtles, but you've just established there's going to be more than just a turtle. There'll be probably like a dolphin and...
Turtles, dolphins, eagles, yeah.
This thinks of where the studio started asking questions, and in a desperate effort to get your project greenlit, you've gone, yeah.
J-Lo's attached.
We'll put that in.
J-Lo's attached. She wants to do it.
I want to see a lizard in it. Yeah,
One of the animals is going to be J-Lo. He's going to be living on J-Lo's back.
What about a beaver? Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, Beaver City as well.
Beaver City.
All right. A beaver would be really good because he'd be in the woods. He'd be building this massive fucking dam, wouldn't they? And they'd be like,
yeah. And the beaver like sees this other city coming towards him. It's like much bigger and can beat him up. He's like, damn.
It's just Ron Simmons, isn't it?
Ron Simmons, yeah. Damn. Anyway, well, that's it.
Well,
I'd say we nailed it.
thank you for joining us for another edition of Casserole. Like we've said before, if you like what you hear, you can follow and subscribe to us over on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, wherever it is that you get your podcast from. Of course, give us those all-important 5-star reviews. I didn't say that at the beginning, but, do it. Helps us.
5-star, not like 4.5.
We
wouldn't give a 5-star review.
We definitely don't use the gym 5-star scale.
Yeah, 5.
Go all the way. Break through that barrier and go all the way.
Do you know what I think t-shirt should be? Jim's face. Jim's face.
Give us a 4.5 star.
Four actual stars, and then in words, 5 stars.
That's science.
What is this? Go home. What is it? What is this? What has it descended to? Yeah, anyway. Like, subscribe, all that crap in all those places. Love it. Join us again for another Casserole. I have been Jim. Bye. If you want to chat to me, follow us over on Casserole Pod. Email us, casserolepod@gmail.com. It's me. It is me that's doing it. So for all of you who want to know who I am, I'm like, it's me.
He's an AI.
I might be AI. At this point, I feel like I am AI with you too.
If anything, he's just an A.
So
There's
no
no
one
I.
worry about it.
There's no I.
Anyway,
He's just A.
it's a bye from me.
It's a bye from me.
It's bye from me.
Oh.
Movie Casserole.